Okay, let's unpack this. Imagine stepping into a realm where um, ancient rituals of heat and steam
Huh.
cleanse not just the body, but the mind too.
Right.
Where centuries of tradition meet, well, cutting-edge science.
Mm.
And a simple act of sweating becomes this profound cultural journey.
Absolutely.
Today, we're taking a deep dive into the fascinating kind of multifaceted world of saunas and other global sweat practices.
Hmm.
Our sources are pretty rich. We've got historical accounts, intricate cultural analyses, even detailed engineering studies.
Real mix.
Yeah, our mission to uncover the true essence of these practices, from their ancient, almost primal roots to their honestly surprising modern forms, giving you a shortcut to being really, really well informed.
And what's truly fascinating when you look into it is just how old these practices are and how widespread.
Right, it's not just Finland.
No, not at all. This impulse for intense heat and sweating, it's ancient. It pops up across different cultures for millennia. The word sauna itself, that's Finnish, means heat or to sweat. But for Finns, it's so much more than just a bath.
It's deeper.
Oh, way deeper. It's a foundational cultural thing, a social ritual, even considered sacred, like a temple of nature. You're meant to behave respectfully, like in a church.
Wow.
It's so ingrained that, Finnish sauna culture was actually recognized by UNESCO in 2020. Intangible cultural heritage.
That says a lot.
It does.
Yeah.
Historically, these places were used for healing, even childbirth, preparing the dead, more than just washing.
Incredible integration into life.
Totally. And get this statistic. There are apparently so many saunas in Finland, over 3 million estimated, that the entire population could technically fit inside them all at once.
No way.
Yeah. It's genuinely like a second nature for them, part of their identity.
That's incredible, just woven into the fabric of life, both spiritually and practically. But like you said, Finland isn't alone here.
Not at all.
If we broaden the view, other cultures develop their own sort of unique takes on hot, steamy experiences, right? Reflecting their own values.
Exactly. This basic human drive for communal heat, for purification, it takes loads of different forms.
Like the Roman baths.
The Roman baths, yes. They weren't just about getting clean either. It was a whole structured sequence, almost like a wellness circuit,
A circuit? How so?
Well, you'd start in the tepidarium, the warm room, just relax, then move to the caldarium, the hot room,
Okay.
maybe even the laconicum for the hottest, driest heat, and then, crucially, the frigidarium, the cold room, to close it all off.
So invigorating, that hot-cold cycle.
Exactly. It shows this really ancient understanding of using temperature changes therapeutically and socially. We still echo that today in spas.
That structured journey feels quite different from the Finnish model, though.
Ah.
What about the Islamic hammam? That also has roots in those ancient baths, doesn't it?
It does, yes, inspired by Greek and Roman traditions. But the hammam offers, I'd say, a softer, gentler experience generally.
Softer how? Less heat.
Yeah, typically less intensely hot, maybe 35 to 60 degrees Celsius. But, and this is key, significantly more humid, often 50 to 100% relative humidity.
So steamy rather than dry hot.
It's very steamy, often described as more soothing, almost meditative. And hammams are also deeply social spaces,
Right.
but with their own unique features like a heated marble slab, the gobektasha to lie on, and the telak, the attendant doing massages, who also traditionally warded off spirits.
Interesting twist.
And unlike the Nordic tradition, nudity isn't the norm in hammams. People wear towels, peshtimals. There's more emphasis on modesty.
So same core idea, communal bathing, but different intentions, different social roles. From bracing heat to soothing steam.
Precise. Different cultural values come through.
Okay, and then there's the Russian banya. That's so iconic. Is it basically a Russian sauna, or are there, key differences?
The banya. That's a great question. And honestly, it can spark some pretty lively debates online among enthusiasts.
Okay.
While it's very similar functionally to the Nordic sauna, with its hot room, the parnaya, the banya is often described as, well, a more boisterous affair. More convivial, maybe noisier than the typical quiet Finnish sauna.
More social energy.
Definitely. And a really distinctive feature is the vigorous use of vaniki.
Ah, yes, the branches.
Exactly. Bunches of leafy branches, birch usually, but oak or eucalyptus too. Used for massaging, stimulating the skin, really whipping up the heat sensation.
Sounds intense.
It can be. Banya folks might also use superheated steam, and they often do this purge, opening the doors, letting everyone cool down briefly outside, then back into fresh hot air.
Like a reset.
Kind of, and you can't forget the folklore. The Bannock, this mischievous, sometimes malevolent Banya spirit.
A spirit.
Yeah, needs to be appeased with respect, maybe small offerings, or he might cause trouble. It just shows how deeply these things are woven into the cultural worldview.
So more intense, definitely social, and even a bit mystical. Beyond these big three, our sources mention others too, right? Japanese mushiburo.
Yes, often a steam bath, sometimes infused with herbs. Then there's the Jewish schwitz, which interestingly just means to sweat in Yiddish.
Straight to the point.
And of course, the Native American sweat lodges, which are deeply spiritual purification ceremonies.
It's amazing how universal that core impulse is, using heat for community or personal cleansing or renewal, even if the context and form vary wildly.
It really is. Though it's worth noting, our sources do strongly caution against some, let's say, non-traditional modern fads.
Like what?
Well, things like vaginal steaming. The sources are quite clear. They see it as, frankly, grotesque and potentially dangerous. Risk of burns, no proven benefits.
Right. Important safety distinction there. Okay, so we got the rich cultural tapestry now. This is where it gets really interesting for me. The science. What actually makes a sauna work? How does that heat get to us?
Yeah, the physics are pretty cool, actually. Fundamentally, heat moves in four ways. There's conduction, direct contact, heat through the walls, the bench.
Okay.
Then convection, that's the movement of the heated air itself.
Right, hot air rising.
Exactly. Then radiation, this is a big one. Electromagnetic waves travel from the hot stove, hitting your skin directly. It's fast and powerful.
Like heat from the sun.
Similar principle, yeah.
Yeah.
And finally, phase change. When water turns to steam, or steam hits your skin and condenses back to water, that releases a lot of energy.
Oh, okay.
And here's a key thing. Radiation in a sauna can actually heat you up almost 3 times more effectively than just the hot air, the convection.
Wow, nearly 3 times.
Yeah, it's this complex mix of all four, conduction, convection, radiation, phase change, that creates that unique felt temperature, that deep warmth.
That makes so much sense now, especially thinking about the steam hitting you. Which brings us to loyalty. That Finnish concept seems critical. What is loyalty, scientifically speaking?
Loyalty is. Well, it's described as the soul of the sauna. It's specifically the steam you get when you throw water on the hot stones.
Not just any steam.
No, the Finns distinguish it from ordinary steam, Jorge. Loyalty is about the quality of that steam, how it moves, how it feels, the purity of the air, the whole experience it creates.
Okay.
Scientifically, when that 100 degrees Celsius steam hits your cooler skin, it condenses rapidly. This phase change releases a massive amount of what's called latent heat directly onto you.
Latent heat. Hidden energy.
Sort of, yeah. Energy released when it changes state. And this can increase your perceived heat sensation by a factor of up to 10.
10 times. Just from the steam condensing.
Exactly. That's why chucking just one ladle of water on those stones can feel like this huge blast of power, hundreds of kilowatts for a few seconds. It shows the immense energy stored in those rocks.
That is intense, and it really highlights why the stove and the stones are so important.
Absolutely critical.
So from an engineering perspective, what goes into making a good sauna stove and choosing the right stones?
Right, connecting to that, the stove, the kiyas and the stones are paramount. You've got traditional wood-fired stoves.
Classic image.
Yeah, it gives you that rustic vibe, the smell, the light. Often provides a more even temperature, too. Then you have modern electric stoves.
More convenient?
Definitely. 100% efficient, heat up faster. Some you can even control remotely. But either way, the stones are the heat reservoir.
They store the energy for the loyalty.
Precisely. Usually volcanic stones like steatite or olivine, maybe 4 to 15 centimeters across. They're not directly heating the room much. They're storing that massive heat energy to release when water hits them.
How many do you need?
The guidance is usually around 8 to 15 kilograms of stones per cubic meter of sauna space. Need enough mass to hold that energy.
Makes sense. And what about the air itself? I mean, a hot box could get pretty stuffy, right?
Oh, absolutely. Air management is vital. Ventilation is crucial, not just for comfort, but for air quality. European standards suggest about 6 air changes per hour.
6 times an hour, wow.
Yeah, and because hot air rises natural convection, you get significant temperature differences. Stratification, meaning it could be, say, 40 degrees C down by your feet, 90 degrees C where you're sitting on the main bench, and maybe even 115 degrees C right up at the ceiling.
Big difference.
Huge. Ideally, for comfort, you want the difference between your head and feet to be within maybe 15, 27 degrees.
Oh, okay.
There's even this law of steam that says your feet should be higher than the top of the stove stones to really get the best loyalty effect.
Huh. Interesting.
And studies show that good mechanical ventilation can really reduce that temperature gap. Maybe cut the floor-to-ceiling difference in half, makes it much more comfortable.
Okay, so managing the air is key. Now, with all this extreme heat, humidity, safety must be a huge consideration.
Absolutely paramount.
What are the main safety points our sources stress?
Well, first off, it's generally advised to use a sauna with others due to risks like, fainting, loss of consciousness, falls.
Or even drowning if there's a cold plunge nearby.
Exactly. And something people often forget, metal jewelry, big no-no.
Why is that? Just gets hot.
Gets incredibly hot and transfers that heat to your skin very efficiently. It's due to something called thermal effusivity.
Effusivity.
Yeah, basically how readily a material exchanges thermal energy with its surroundings. Think of touching metal versus wood at the same temperature. The metal feels much hotter or colder because it transfers heat faster. Metal jewelry can cause nasty burns in a sauna.
Good to know.
Even the wood itself needs consideration. It can ignite at temperatures as low as 150 degrees C with long exposure, potentially even lower with repeated heating cycles. So proper insulation, chimney design for wood burners, it's all critical.
Right.
And for personal protection, breathe slowly, maybe more through your mouth if it's really hot. And wearing a felt sauna hat isn't just traditional, it protects your ears and hair, which are quite sensitive.
A hat in a sauna. Okay.
Yeah. And the main thing, remember, it's meant to be pleasant, relaxing. It's not an endurance contest. Listen to your body.
Good advice.
Yeah.
So we understand the science, the safety, but what about the experience today? If someone wants to try this, what does a typical sauna ritual actually involve?
Okay, the modern experience, while it varies, often follows this really nice flow designed for rejuvenation. Usually starts with disrobing. Nudity is pretty common in Nordic and Russian traditions, but it's not always mandatory, depends on the place, the company. Then a shower.
Clean before you go in.
Exactly. Then into the hot room for, say, 5 to 20 minutes, whatever feels right for you. Quiet contemplation, maybe some low conversation is typical.
And the birch branches.
Yeah.
The Vita or Venic.
You might use one, yeah. Gently tap or brush your skin, adds scent, bit of exfoliation, boosts circulation. Feels good.
Okay.
After you've worked up a good sweat, the next step is vital. Cooling down. How? Could be just sitting in the cool air, taking a cold shower, or for the brave that plunge into an ice hold the Avanto, definitely bracing. Then you rest and rehydrate. This is super important. You can sweat out 0.6 to 1 kilogram, that's over a pound, up to 2 pounds of fluid per hour.
Wow, really? That much?
Yeah. So drink plenty of water, tea, maybe kvass, like in Russia, very moderate alcohol, if any. And then, repeat the whole cycle. Heat, cool, rest at least 3 times, ideally over an hour or 2. The cooling and resting are just as important as the heat. Let your body recalibrate.
It sounds like a real journey, a whole process for mind and body, but I can see how it might feel a bit overwhelming for a first-timer.
Oh, definitely. The heat can be intense, even disorienting at first.
So what's the advice for a complete beginner, someone maybe a bit intimidated?
Key thing is, ease in. Don't jump into the deep end. Start with just a lukewarm shower beforehand. Keep your first sessions in the hot room really short, maybe under 5 minutes.
5 minutes, okay.
Sit on the lowest bench. It's always cooler down there. Breathe slowly, maybe through your mouth. Don't feel you have to throw water on the stones or use the Venic right away.
Got it. No pressure.
Absolutely none. And most importantly, leave as soon as you feel uncomfortable. Seriously. The goal is enjoyment, pleasure, relaxation, not endurance. Our sources often make comparisons, like trying raw fish or really strong cheese or starting a new sport. That initial discomfort or unfamiliarity can totally give way to deep enjoyment if you're patient and approach it gradually.
That's a great way to put it. Excellent advice. So we've covered the ritual, how to approach it. But what really hammers home the enduring appeal, the adaptability of this, is where people have put saunas.
Right.
Beyond just homes or gyms. Our sources point to saunas in some seriously unexpected places.
It really shows how fundamental this need, this desire for that experience is. The adaptability is amazing. You find them, believe it or not, in Russian nuclear submarines.
Seriously. Submarines.
Yep. The big Typhoon-class subs were nicknamed floating Hiltons. They had banyas, even small swimming pools.
Wow. Okay.
Russian space stations, too. Solute 6, Solute 7, Mirror Marrow, they all had specially designed thermal chambers. Cosmonauts even used Veniki in space.
Venicky in space. That's
Mm.
wild.
Isn't it? And tragically, the Titanic had these luxurious Turkish baths on board, now resting at the bottom of the Atlantic. The world's deepest sauna, in a way.
A somber thought.
It is. But the innovation continues. You get snow saunas, walls literally made of packed snow, mobile saunas in trailers, old trucks, floating saunas on lakes,
Okay, those sound fun.
and maybe the most random, a fully working sauna inside a Burger King restaurant in Helsinki.
A Burger King.
Yep. You can literally order a burger and fries with a side of sauna.
Only in Finland, maybe.
Perhaps. And the Finns even use sauna diplomacy. Their embassy in Washington, D.C. has a sauna for discussions, a unique kind of soft power.
That's fascinating. So from subs to space stations to fast food joints, it really shows this isn't just about a wooden box. It's about creating a specific desired environment anywhere.
Exactly. It underscores that the sauna is less a place and more a fundamental human desire for a certain feeling, a certain microclimate, wherever we are.
So we've traveled quite a distance today, from ancient, almost sacred rituals in Finland and Rome, through the physics of heat and steam,
The nitty-gritty science bit.
right, to the bottom of the ocean and even outer space,
Yep.
exploring the deep cultural roots, the clever engineering, the sheer versatility of the sauna.
And it really brings us back to this core question, doesn't it? Why? Why does humanity, across thousands of years, across so many cultures, keep coming back to this, keep reinventing and embracing these hot, steamy practices?
Yeah, what's the enduring appeal?
Ultimately, despite all the science, all the engineering, all the different cultural traditions, the sauna experience remains deeply personal.
That's how it makes you feel.
Exactly. Its
Yeah.
real power is in that feeling warm, calm, protected, maybe, and deeply refreshed afterwards. It's this unique process that leaves you feeling, well, like you've accomplished something, followed by this profound sense of rest.
Indeed, a unique kind of reset. So the final thought for you, listening. What consistent human need do you think these incredibly diverse hot air bathing practices actually fulfill across all that time and all those cultures? And maybe, what part of you might feel born again after a really good sauna session?